I'll have to smooth out these holes now, as well as the other side, and let's see how this turned out. Whoa, brilliant! That actually just needs a bit of primer and sanding. That's it. Wow, whoa, holy crap! Should have done that on the other side too. Actually, no, I couldn't because I can't access these holes from the back. All right, and what about the other side? That is perfect. Yep, not quite as good as this one. That one's good. This one is a little bit dipped in, but that's absolutely no issue whatsoever. Just fill up a little drop of resin in there or something and they'll fill up right away. The holes further up again, same story. So I'll also need to remove the lock. Yeah, I'll need to remove the lock. I'll need to fill up these for the lights. I'll need to actually fill the holes to make it, how should I say, moldable. If I don't do that, I won't be able to make the mold. So, but that can be cut out later on, as well as fill in certain other little tiny gaps around the place. Actually, it seems like taking the lock out will be a piece of cake. Simple as that. What's left? The lock comes outwards and there's another little ring in here. It should, I hope, come off very easily. Yep, there it is. Simple. So the lock has come out. The new bonnet will have, I'll leave a very easy way for me to tell where to drill a hole. So this will go straight back into the new carbon fiber boot. So all you will need for the new boot is just an old boot lid, which can't be more than you know what, 30, 50 bucks, whatever it is. Okay. I'm gonna have to put a flat piece of something over the hole so that it stays indented on the outside, so that I can tell exactly where to drill. I'll make sure to keep these. If you're doing this, do not lose these. Some of this resin will be higher and some of it will be lower than the metal, and they'll show up pretty easily with this because they'll sand it nice and flat. Can you see there? You can see there how it's taken off the shine from the top of that part because that's the highest up, so they'll just flatten it out. Same thing. So I'll do that to all the holes. Actually, it's going to be more obvious on some of these other ones, so I'll show you there again. But yeah, once I've done all that, then the next step is to spray a bit of primer on it and do the same thing over and over again several times until it's all nice and perfectly flat. And then I'll use slightly finer sandpaper after that. And you can see here how it's actually taking some of the black paint off and it's going down into the primer. That means that this part was slightly higher than the surrounding parts, so it's taken it off and made it a little bit flatter. And also this part of the resin is not really getting sanded down, which means it's a little bit lower. So like I said, as I do several coats of primer, each one will just slightly elevate that low part until it starts getting sanded off as well. And that's when I know it's all nice and perfectly smooth. And this is just great because it flattens the whole surface and it fixes up little tiny irregularities. See, another one's appearing there. A little bit of black paint is coming off. That's because when you get things screwed into here, the bolt that comes from underneath and everything, it distorts the metal slightly, so this process will make that much better. Actually, I'm quite glad that I'm doing this to the whole boot. The whole paint job needs sanding and a new coat, so yeah, that should actually make it all much better shape than it was. As you can see with this one, parts of it were quite a lot more elevated than others. But yeah, especially around this part, it's actually gone all the way down to the metal. That would have been like a little kink upwards. And there's a little bit of a down part here and here. So a number of coats of primer should fix that. And let's move on to the smaller holes. This is a tricky area actually because it's curved up like that, and I've got this metal to watch out for. I suspect that since these were filled so well, that they shouldn't really need any more primer and sanding over the top of what I'm going to do right now. Now doing this will specifically lower these parts of the paint as well around it, but it doesn't matter because once I go over the top it will miss them, so it doesn't matter. I'll probably end up doing some more sanding just like that. And the other thing I'll do is, I've made a clear square, which I'll have to pop off. There. That is, see how that mirror finish? I'll pop that on the inside of the keyhole over here. Where the keyhole is, it'll be on the opposite side, so that that surface will be that mirror finish from behind.